This week's Torah is dedicated in memory of my student, Ezriel Simons, who passed away this week, far, far too young. Ezriel was a wonderful human being, charitable, kind, and the most amazing friend to his large, large group of friends. May his memory forever be for a blessing. We all know as parents and educators, from time to time, our kids and students repeat things back to us that they heard from us, and we're actually shocked that they were really listening. And that was the experience I had when I got a phone call a number of years ago from a student who was then in his 30s. And he got a great job at a bank, and he said that morning he thought of something that I had taught them back in 8th grade. And what I had said was that we're born as infants with clenched fists. When we pass away, our limbs relax and our hands open. And that's to show that when we're young, we think we're going to grab everything and keep everything in this world. And we leave this world basically with open hands, showing that we leave everything behind. And he said that in his job in the bank, he comes in the morning with a few bucks in his pocket and some credit cards, handles hundreds of millions of dollars, and goes home the way he came. And that's a good backdrop for this week's Parsha, where Hashem instructs the Jews through Moshe to donate money to the building of the Mishkan, the tabernacle, the house, so to speak, for God's presence that the Jews built in the desert. And the Parsha begins by saying that Moshe instructs the Jews, V'yikchu li Terumah, to give a gift, Terumah, a separation, a gift to God, li, to God, so to speak. And Rashi says, li lishmi. It doesn't mean to me, it means for my honor. And what Rashi is explaining, and the commentaries on Rashi explain, that what Hashem is saying is, I own it anyway. You're not giving it to me, you're giving it for me. Similar to a child, let's say, who buys a gift for his parents using the parents' credit card. They have it already, but the parents are honored, at least that the kid thought of them. So that would be the explanation why it says the word li lishmi. Keles Yitzchak says an interesting spin on it. He says that when we give a gift to a human being, even if we did it with the wrong intentions, at least the human being has the gift that we gave them. But with God, since he has everything anyway, it's only our intentions that count. Rashi also uses the word hafrasha, to separate. And maybe Rashi is giving a practical tip that we should separate the money for charity and then give it away later, making it easier to give. But that would also explain why it says v'yikchu li Terumah, taking as opposed to giving, meaning taking it aside in order to be able to give it later. It would also explain that we're actually taking things from this world and using it to nourish our soul and to make the world a better place. Have a wonderful Shabbos.